My vagina is a dead end. This is your new mantra while we get through this together. Take a deep breath. Period Nirvana. If you feel like your menstrual cup is stuck or lost, I'm here to walk you through what to do next, step by step. My name is Kim Rosas, and I'm a reusable period products expert. I'm going to skip the normal self-promotion. You can find everything you need to know in the video description with links. Just know that what you're experiencing is rare, but it can happen. Just for some peace of mind, you will not be buried with a menstrual cup inside you. You will get this out. It cannot get lost. You are a dead end. So if you are having a panic attack right now, or you are just very nervous and tense, try to keep that in mind. Again, we want to take deep breaths because relaxing your body is going to help you in this process. All of the muscles surrounding the vagina are also tensed and tight right now because you are probably a ball of stress. So again, what is very important before we get started in going through the steps of trying to remove your cup is to relax your body and take deep, relaxing breaths. Your vagina is a dead end. Repeat that after me. Over and over. This is your new mantra while we get through this together. Now, if you can reach your menstrual cup and it's stuck, keep watching. If you cannot reach your menstrual cup, skip to the chapter called I Can't Reach My Menstrual Cup. Okay, let's continue. The first thing to check is if you've broken your menstrual cup's suction. Menstrual cups create a strong vacuum suction in the vagina. It creates a seal, and that has to be broken before you remove it. If you try to remove your cup and you haven't broken the seal, it can feel stuck, and that's going to immediately tense up your body, and you start having to fight not only the menstrual cup suction, but also your body's tightness around the cup. So number one is relax. Number two is break the seal. You can do this sometimes by simply pinching the base of the cup. It does depend on the design of the cup that you have inside you as well. Some, all you need to do is pinch the base and this breaks the seal. But chances are, if you're watching this, that's not the case. You will need to insert a finger much deeper into the vagina to break the seal by pushing all the way against the cup. And once you're able, then you introduce the thumb to bring that lower out of your body. So press against the cup to fully break the suction at the top of the rim. You may even have to reach all the way up inside and push the top rim in as you pull the cup down. When you're able, introduce a thumb into the scenario, but you probably just want to start with a single finger far up to break that suction. It's a good idea to do this in a shower, obviously if you're not in the shower, over a toilet, because if you're inserting a finger and pushing against the cup wall very, very deeply, it's going to possibly spill over and be a little bit messy. And then once you've broken that suction fully, you can either wiggle it down or just pull straight down if it's broken, and then remove the cup. Hopefully the problem is solved. Now, let's say the menstrual cup is actually hard to reach. You can reach it, but it's very difficult to do so. In this situation, you want to do something that will make the cup easier to reach so that you can break the suction. One of those things you can do is squat low. You might want to do this over a towel in your bathroom on tile, or maybe do this in the shower, because squatting is a little bit difficult to do over a toilet, but you could also do it over a toilet if you're that agile. Put your feet on the toilet's seat and squat over the toilet. Once you're squatting, the cup could be easier to reach, in which case you want to do what I just previously discussed by breaking the suction with a finger and dragging it out of your body at that point. If it's still difficult to reach, you want to introduce pushing into your squat. So while you're squatting, go ahead and start pushing as if you're having a bowel movement. Do not do this red in the face pushing, not like super difficult. Just gently bear down, just pretend you're having a bowel movement, but not a constipated bowel movement, just a regular, normal, healthy bowel movement. So go ahead and start pushing, and what this is going to do is hopefully push down the cup until it is easily reachable. And then we go back to the breaking suction part that I discussed earlier. Insert a finger, push against the cup wall, and then begin removing the cup. If you're still not able to remove your cup, this is when we need to start talking about other solutions. If it's hurting to remove the cup, if you are in pain, you need to take a break. If you are sore and swollen, you need to take a break. At this point, I need to tell you that even though menstrual cups say that you can only wear them up to 12 hours, if you are over 12 hours and you are at 12 hours 1 minute, the menstrual cup is not a ticking time bomb. You are not going to explode. Now, it is best practices to remove after 10 to 12 hours, but in this one instance, in this one situation, in this one day, it's going to be okay. You do not need to panic. Statistically speaking, you need to wear your menstrual cup far longer than 12 hours for there to be a concern or a potential problem. In fact, there are many, many stories on the internet of people who have worn their menstrual cup for weeks, for months, even for over a year, and they live to post it on the internet. Now, we don't want to do that, and we're not going to do that. We're going to get this thing out. If all of your upright positioning attempts have failed, it's time to go horizontal. Put a towel down on your bed. Lay on the bed and see if you can reach the cup that way. This also helps, again, to relax those muscles. It might be time to call in a partner or a very good friend. Yes, this might be a little awkward, uncomfortable, or embarrassing, but it is less expensive than going to urgent care.
I'm dying. What's wrong? My God, his cup is stuck.
Okay. Here we go. If you orgasm, the contractions will release the cup.
Orgasm? I'm at work. Liza, I'm gonna need your help.
Okay, what can I do?
I need you to lock the door, and I need you to wash your hands. I wouldn't ask, but it's an emergency, okay? I'm going on like 14 hours here.
Damn it!
So between you or the person who's assisting you, hopefully by being horizontal, on the bed, on a towel, this will be the trick to getting the cup out of you. But if no one, including yourself or your partner or your friend, can get the cup out, the suction will not break, or for whatever reason, it is just not budging, you do need to consider going to urgent care, especially if it has been closer to the 24-hour mark. I'm not advocating for this, but there is a product called Cup Buddy, which is meant to break the menstrual cup suction and help you remove it if you're having difficulties or if you have certain disabilities. It has a little curve. You break the seal, and in the instructions, it looks like you use a second hand while breaking it to pull the cup down once you have the seal broken, which is hard with a cube, and admittedly was actually hard even when I wasn't holding a cube and I was physically doing it myself. I ended up trying to push and then with the same hand pushing against the cup while moving it down. And this looks a lot better and went a lot better than it did in my body. A spoon, which happens to be in your kitchen and is also easily sanitized by boiling, is something that is out there. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but especially if you do not have insurance, maybe spoon. Once you have your cup out, whether you were able to achieve this yourself, which is the most likely scenario, or if you went to urgent care or your OBGYN for assistance or a family member, which is the far less likely scenario, understandably, you're going to be a little traumatized and not interested in using this particular menstrual cup again. For whatever reason, the cup that you were just using has a very strong suction or it's very hard for you to remove. Now, there are other options, other menstrual cups that might fit you better, but in your scenario, you might want to consider a suction-free menstrual disc. This is going to be much easier for you to remove. There is no suction to break. Or if you do know that cups just work better for you or prefer a menstrual cup, there is a brand called Flex that does break the seal for you, but it only works for those with a higher cervix or slightly higher than average because of the length of the design. A menstrual disc with loops like Hello Disc will work if you have a lower cervix, and it is suction free. You can wear it different ways, and I did co-design this because I was looking to help people who had trouble removing discs and cups, and it has very easy to remove reachable loops that you can just pull out, again, without breaking suction. So if you still want to use an internal option, look at those brands. If you put your menstrual cup in a few hours ago and now it suddenly seems to have vanished, do not panic. If you cannot reach your cup, we are going to go through the steps of ways to bring it lower so that you can reach the cup and remove it. But again, I want to remind you, you are a dead end. Your menstrual cup is not lost inside of you. It has not traveled up to your brain or into your extremities. We're going to get it out. It's there. Repeat it. Say it out loud. Whatever's going to help you relax, because again, we need relaxed bodies and relaxed minds to be calm and to be loosey-goosey. The first thing to try is squatting low. Squatting is going to make it easier to reach the cup. So give yourself a good low squat, either over a towel in the shower, or if you're able to, plant your feet on the toilet seat and squat over that. And just squatting is going to make the cup easier to reach. So already that might be the solution to your problem. Once you can reach the cup, it's time to break the seal and remove down. If you still cannot reach the cup, now is the time to begin some gentle pushes. Gentle pushing, not hard pushing, not red in the face, I gotta get this out of me, giving birth pushing, just gentle, because all you need are gentle pushes for the muscles to push the cup down to a lower station. Even I, when I use menstrual cups, engage my pushing mechanism just to make it easier to reach the base of the cup, to break the seal and then remove it. So whether you have a super high cervix and you can't reach your cup or not, pushing can be a tool in your tool belt to help reach it and remove it. But it's not something that you want to do forcefully, because that is not healthy for you. Once you have pushed it to a lower station, you can push it a little just until you can reach, or you can push it a lot so that it's basically hanging out of you. And at that point, you will break the seal and remove the cup. And voila, problem solved. If neither of these options are working for you, time could be an ally to you. Once again, you are only supposed to wear menstrual cups for up to a maximum of 12 hours, but at 12 hours, 1 minute, it's not going to turn into a ticking time bomb. We do have a little bit of a grace period there, but it's not something you want to be in the habit of doing. So we want to habitually remove our cup before 12 hours, but today, if you're having trouble finding it or reaching it, time may just help you by wearing it a little longer. More blood is entering the cup, it's getting heavier, and that might just bring it down low enough that you can reach it. And also, if you are panicking and freaked out about it and you're trying too hard to remove it, you might start, causing your own soreness, pain, or swelling. So give yourself a break. Now, if we are starting to get up to these 16-hour, 18-hour, 24-hour marks and you haven't been able to reach your cup and remove it, now is the time to start thinking about the next steps, whether that is calling in a family member, a partner, or going to urgent care or going to your OBGYN if they see emergency visits. Now, you can try laying on the bed, putting down a towel, having a partner come in and get the cup for you. It's a little awkward, but it will save you money from going to the ER if they're able to reach that for you. So now's the time to phone a friend. And once again, maybe browse your kitchen before you go to the ER, especially if you are uninsured, because there is a tool in your kitchen drawer that looks a lot like a tool designed to help remove menstrual cups. It's longer than your fingers and it can be sanitized. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm not advocating for it, but I'm saying it's there, and I've heard some people have had success with it. Once you have the cup out of your body, whether it was done easily enough by squatting, pushing, going into the shower and squatting, whatever it was, once you have the cup out of your body, understandably, you're going to be nervous about putting that same cup in. I don't know if in your situation you had a much higher cervix than you thought, or perhaps you just bought a very short cup and your cervix is average. Something happened where the cup walked up higher than you put it in and was hard to reach for you. Now, that can be really, really scary. If you've ever gone inside to remove a menstrual cup and can't find it, it is seriously panic-inducing. I've actually had this experience myself where a shorter cup I put in wedged its way up higher and I couldn't find it for a minute. It was very scary. Actually, once it flipped upside down and I was inside the cup, and that was scary. And I know better. I know it can't get lost. I know it's going to come out. So if that's you and you want to avoid this, but you want to continue using menstrual cups, it's time to look for a much longer cup. Some great options for you would be Diva Cup, which is a little bit longer than average, Flex Cup, the Kind Cup, which has a nice long stem, or the Lily Cup. If you want to switch to menstrual discs, there are a couple that work with a high cervix that will be easily reachable when it's time to remove. One is the Luma High. It has a stem, And one is the Hello Disc, which I did help design, and we did it so that the loop would hang down if you have a high cervix. That way there will always be a loop reachable and easily accessible, similar to a string on a tampon. So you can always find that, and because there's no suction, you can just pull it out. I do hope this has been helpful for you. I know it's stressful if you are in the situation where you cannot remove your cup or can't find your cup. And if you happen to be watching this and you haven't tried a menstrual cup or disc yet, just know I'm not trying to make this video to show that cups are scary or hard to use or traumatizing, because this is very, very rare. Most people are gonna either just very easily figure out what to do and they just had a moment of panic and they're watching this video and then it's like, oh, talking sense into their head like this, I didn't break the seal, or all I need to do is squat and I can reach my cup. That's usually where we get to. It's very rare that you go all the way down the list of ideas until you are ending up in the ER. It has happened, but it is super, super rare. And the way to really avoid this is to, one, read the instructions or watch lots of videos so that you know, hey, you need to break that seal. Or you need to know your body well enough that you already know you have a high cervix and you buy a menstrual cup that's going to be long enough to reach, so you're never going to be in that situation where the cup is too high and you can't reach it. But not everyone does that, and so I just wanted to make a video as a resource that if people find their way here, they can find their way out of the situation of not being able to get their cup out. If you're still watching this and you need more menstrual cup or disc advice, make sure you subscribe for more videos. Leave a comment if this helped you, or if you have any of your own tips, you've been through this before and you want to share your experience. That's always appreciated because everyone's experience is valuable. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Best of luck. And I hope by the end of this video, you are menstrual cup free. Bye-bye. Phone a friend. Phone a friend. Phone a friend. My husband always calls this my loser phone because that's how I've always done it. What is it now? Just phone a friend because of the iPhones? Phone a friend?